The grind continues. So far, the grind has been going pretty good over here in Zombies. I got really lucky this morning. So first things first, I completed a couple of like the story missions things, and I unlocked access to the uncommon ether tools. I already had access to the Brainrot ammo mod from before, but now I also have access to Juggernog, because at the end of my last match, or towards the end of it at least, there was some really random but nice person. Basically, I was running around the map just kind of like looting stuff up, and they started shooting at me. I was like, dude, what are you doing? They kept following me and they kept shooting at me, so I just stopped and I started to crouching up and down, doing the thing to kind of like say hi whenever you're playing a game. And then randomly, he just kind of stood there, and then he dropped a Juggernog schematic, and then he just ran away. And that was that. So I was really thankful for that. Before hopping into this match, I'm definitely going to craft one of those. I'm starting to run out of space in my rucksack, if I'm going to be honest. I know I'm not going to be in this match for that long, because my objective is actually pretty easy. So, man, it sucks that the stash is limited to like 10 out of 10. Couldn't they increase it to like, I don't know, 15 or 20? I guess I'll break down the dead wire one. I'll just have to destroy that so then I can store the raw Ethereum crystal, because I'm really trying not to use those unless I absolutely need them. Like, yeah, I know I already have like 3 of them, but I'm trying to be careful here. My next goal is to unlock the raw Ethereum crystal schematic, just all of these schematics in general, like any of the ones that I can use to upgrade my weapon. The perk ones I don't care about as much. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, it'll be nice to have it. Juggernog was the main one that I wanted, so now that I have that, I don't really care. The ammo mods I guess would be nice to have just for, the certain challenges on the camos that require it, and I don't really care about these right now. I'm sure I know all the zombie players like, oh my gosh, I want those schematics, but for me, I don't really care, dude. I'm trying to camo grind. Without further ado, let's dive into a match. All right, so my objective as of right now is to put one of those ammo mod circuit turret things onto one of the, whatever they're, the turret deadbolt, whatever. My ADHD brain is always all over the place. Like, some days it's working with me and I can like structure cohesive sentences, but then there's other days when I try to commentate and I literally spend like half of my time editing just like trying to piece together my sentences because my ADHD scatterbrain just wouldn't allow me to speak properly. Basically, what I've been doing for this objective... Oh, wait. See, this is another thing that I do. I spawn in with, like, all these different, like, schematics and perks or whatever you want to call them, and then I forget to use them. Basically, I've just been, like, going up to, or at least close to, like, the deadbolt turret thing, and then I've been trying to look in that vicinity for one of the ammo mods, but it doesn't look like there's actually any nearby, which is unfortunate. But it's not a big deal because there's an ether nest right here, and I found that the infested strongholds as well as the ether nests are pretty good for finding them. I found a lot of those ammo mods inside of the purple merc caches, not like the normal merc caches that you find, like the ones that have like the ether crystals all over it. I also got to kill a bunch of zombies while we're in here because I do need to get at least 100 kills before we successfully extract, which again, I'm hoping with season 1 they maybe give us a scoreboard. They announced a bunch of stuff for season 1. I watched the trailer yesterday, dude. It looks freaking insane. I'm hoping that somewhere in there we can actually get like a proper, scoreboard that keeps track of our kills at the very least. I know in their mind, this mode isn't about the kills, but it's still one of those things where it's like, that's valuable feedback for the player at least, specifically for the camo grinders. I'm pretty excited for the new Warzone map too. I mean, obviously we've been playing on the new Warzone map. I mean, it's right here, Urzikstan, over here in Zombies. But I'm just excited to see like how it actually plays as a Warzone map. I've had a weird relationship with Warzone. I went from being indifferent towards it in Warzone 1 to kind of really not liking it that much in Warzone 2, but that was more of like an SBMM thing where it's just like, well, it was kind of like a mix of like an SBMM / lack of map knowledge type of thing. I felt like I got smoked all the time, and then I started kind of learning the map and learning about positioning and how important that is and how to properly build up my classes, and then I started to like it more. And then by the end of, not Warzone 2, but MW2's life cycle, I actually started to like genuinely love Warzone 2, and now I'm at a point of where, like, yeah, I know it's not called Warzone 3, but whatever you want to call it, like, the third rendition of Warzone, I'm really looking forward to it. Got a comic book, Brainrot ammo, yeah, see, that's, like, I didn't need any of that, dog. I'm trying to find those, like, ammo mod thing. RNG on these is pretty crazy. In the last match, when I was trying to actually get this objective done, I found the first one within like 10 minutes, and the other one it took me another 30 to find. There we go, Napalm Burst Turret Circuit. That's exactly what I needed. And then after that, we have to exfil because this is the end of this string of missions, and it doesn't let you just like, queue up the next thing for whatever reason. I forgot to say it earlier in the video. I apologize. I can hear it in my own voice. Like, I'm still a little nasally. My allergies are finally screwing off, but I do kind of still sound like I have a clothespin on my nose. Just like that, deposit it into there, and then, I don't know, that's it. I mean, I actually can't exfil yet because I do still got to get like 100 kills. Oh, wait, oh, wow, wait, did they change that? I could have swore before that it wouldn't let you queue up the next thing of missions, but now it does. Obtain a stronghold keycard, clear a terminus outcome, stronghold, clear, wait, what? It's just telling me to go for a stronghold, right? Like, it doesn't need me to go to, like, one of those, like, fortresses or whatever in tier 2. Well, the only way to get one of those keycards is by, like, specifically finding either a contract with them, but even then, like, I don't know, that's kind of random. I'd have to look for a convoy, and even that's RNG based. Yeah, you know what? I have enough to pack a punch, so So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go Pack-a-Punch, and then I'm gonna be a cheeky little turd, and I'm just gonna kind of casually get my 100 kills at exfil. Don't get me wrong, you know, I'm still enjoying the missions. I'm still trying to get this stuff done. I do want to, you know, progress through it and experience all the missions and stuff here, but, you know, I also am camo grinding. That is my priority here, so, you know, I'm gonna focus on that any chance that I can. Goodbye, Interstellar. I have to Pack-a-Punch. Oh, man, you know, the Pack-a-Punch camo is cool, but, you know, I really wish I could rock Interstellar right now. I know there's a way to, like, knife the machine so then you can keep your camo after you Pack-a-Punch, but I don't like doing that. I'm weird. Like, if I Pack-a-Punch a weapon, I'd rather prefer to use the Pack-a-Punch camo, to hear it, to see it. When you Pack-a-Punch a weapon, there's like 3 things that go into it. A, the gameplay feel and feedback just from, you know, naturally getting stronger after you Pack-a-Punch and just doing more damage to the zombies. Then there's the audio feedback from, you know, just like that weird, like, I don't even know how to explain it, like that hissing, futuristic sound. It sounds really cool. I love it. It's less prevalent in the modern games. Back in the day, it was way more prevalent in, you know, some of the older games, like especially if you go back to something like, I don't know, like Black Ops 1. Like if you go into that game and you Pack-a-Punch, like you can hear it, you know you Pack-a-Punch. It's like or whatever that sound is that it does. Then you have part of that visual feedback where you can like see the Pack-a-Punch camo and you just look at it, it's like, yeah, I Pack-a-Punch that. God, the more I speak, the more I realize how weird I am. These spore contracts are honestly pretty legit when it comes to grinding out camos. I really hope they don't patch out either this or, you know, like the other one, the Outlast contract. I get it, they want to balance their game, but dog, it's also called zombies. Just let us fight zombies. I don't even know how many kills I've gotten so far. I'm gonna say I've gotten at least 50, so I'm gonna go up to like 50 and then I guess we'll exfil. Now here's the real question. So obviously I have like brain rot on my weapon. Do those brain rot kills count towards my 100 kills been successfully extracted from my camo, or do those kills have to be specifically from my bullets? Seems like Activision is actually starting to like open up the lines of communication, or at the very least they're allowing their devs to open up their lines of communication, because, you know, anytime before, like whether it was on Reddit AMAs or, you know, Twitter or wherever else, anytime that anybody asked like Sledgehammer or Activision or just Call of Duty in general about like SBMM, like they would literally, not just SBMM, but there's a couple of things in the game they wouldn't talk about, but like SBMM is like one of the main ones. But within the last couple months especially, they've been really opening up about a lot of things that they wouldn't have talked about before, and believe it or not, yesterday, at the time of recording this, at least it was yesterday, they finally opened up the lines of communication, and for the first time, I think ever, we heard Call of Duty officially mention and talk about SBMM in an open manner, and not just, this isn't like a one-time thing where they're acknowledging it. They specifically said in the thing that they put out that they plan to talk with and work with the community, like going forward, and be more open about how SBMM works, which that is literally just insane to me. Like, not only did they acknowledge it outright, but they were saying about how they're looking to tweak it and work with, you know, like Demonware, because Demonware is the main one that like works on the SBMM algorithms and just like programs and stuff behind the scenes. They're looking to tweak it, work with it, get that feedback from the community, and I absolutely love that, man. Like, you know, I'm just gonna say it. Y'all know me. It doesn't matter what the current Call of Duty is. It could be a game like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. It could be a game like Ghosts, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare. Like, it doesn't matter what Call of Duty game it is. It's just, I love this series so much. It can do no wrong by me. There's never been a single Call of Duty game that I have disliked. I have literally loved each and every single Call of Duty. I love this series. I'm proud to be a Call of Duty fan, but this year especially, I can really say, like, even more so, I am seriously proud to be a Call of Duty fan. Like, the way that Sledgehammer and, you know, even, like, you know, the PR people or whatever they are, Call of Duty, the way they've been loosening up, talking with the community, and just, like, the way that they've developed this game, made this game, the way they've been putting out content and handling this game's release, and, you know, talking about the future of this game, or at least, you know, the future for the next year of this game, the amount of content we're getting with Season 1, and just all the other stuff, just everything about this game. It's just, yes. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I am genuinely so happy that, you know, I'm so excited for this year of Call of Duty. Like, there goes my ADHD brain again, you know. So when I get excited, my ADHD brain goes even crazier, and the normal scatter brain becomes like, you know, it's not even just a scatter brain, it's like splatter brain. It's everywhere. If it was hard enough for me to construct sentences before, just wait until I start getting excited. I literally just start talking gibberish. I'm just gonna say now, this is definitely gonna be a great year for Call of Duty. I mean, again, if you ask me, you know, I've sucked this series off, so I'd say that any year is a great year for Call of Duty, but when it comes to the community feedback as a whole, I have a feeling that it's going to be the pretty unanimous or popular opinion that this is like a great year for COD by the time that it's all said and done, because so far, yeah, man, this is just, everything has been great. Between the game itself, the communication, the roadmap going forward, and just the way they've been handling everything is just, yes. Anyway, I did what I need to do, so now the real question is, where is the closest exfil zone? Because, like, you know, I'm ready to exfil. I definitely got my 100 kills. Seems like the closest one is right up here, but it's, like, grayed out, so hopefully it's actually ready to go by the time that we get up up there. I was getting so confused when I played Rustman, because like obviously it dropped yesterday, so I dove in and played. I was like, hey, yeah, let's play some Shipment. Dude, my brain was getting so confused. Like I was seeing Shipment, and it was like MW2 Shipment, but then I had MW3's movement and UI and weapons, but it was still the MW2 Shipment. It was just, my brain had no idea what to do. I will say, Shipment, if you thought it was chaotic in MW2, you need to try the MW3 version, because that is just like, I mean, with the movement and everything, and the way that it's just, oh my god. It's not bad by any means, but, you know, I'll just say this. We don't even have exo movement in this game, but it feels like Advanced Warfare. People slip and slide and jump it, literally like flying and diving over your head like dog. It is insane. Exfil helicopter inbound. Now, if I go to the menu after this match and it says that I did not get the, you know, 100 kills successfully, I can't speak English, successfully extracted, you know, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. Where's the gas mask? They're robbing me. Dude, every time that I get onto this thing, I always like to grab one of the gas masks and then, you know, like stow it so I have it for the next match. But dog, they're robbing me. Where's my gas mask? There it is. We completed that mission, got a depth perception can acquisition. Not like I really needed that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I guess I'll spend the rest of the day kind of grinding out these missions. Hopefully, I want to get to the point of where I can like actually get the schematic for the raw Ethereum crystals. So then, you know, I can do that, because there's a couple of weapons in the game, or quite a couple of weapons in the game, where the challenges require you to have a pack-a-punch weapon when you do them, and obviously it would take a lot of time for me to get into a match, grind out contracts, pack-a-punch it, and then get the kills. It'll be a lot faster once I just have those schematics and I can just get into the game, pop the schematic, or pop the crystal, whatever you want to call it, and then just do my thing, exfil, just, you know, keep the grind moving at a healthy pace. Speaking of grind, wait, oh, I am so stupid. Oh god. I thought that I'd get 10 kills in 5 seconds 10 times. Dog, I've definitely done that by now, but okay, you know what? I can't even get mad. That one's on me. That Tempest Shards cam was actually pretty nice, but yeah, anyway, next time I go into a game, I guess I'll have to try to get that. I swear I've done that already, but okay, so then I'll do that. And then I'll try to get Golden Enigma again. I have 2 of the ARs done, Golden Enigma already. I got the SVA and the MTZ-556. I also have the Striker done over in Zombies, I believe, but I think that's all that I have so far. Again, I'm not going to be going for the Borealis out of blistering pace like I was with multiplayer. Like, I'm still going to be going for it. You know, I'm going to try to keep moving through it at a healthy pace, but I'm also not going to be, like, outright rushing it like I kind of was with Interstellar, where I was just trying to go gun to gun to gun, just, you know, getting it done, getting the camo. I still want to go through the missions and, like, you know, fully explore MW Zombies and like see everything it has to offer at the same time while I go for the camos. Kind of, you know, knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone, just kind of experiencing it while going for the camos at the same time. Oh, another thing I completely forgot to mention is that they had another event go live. So we had Makarov's Return a couple of days ago, and, you know, we already did that, or Makarov's Return, and then they just put out this 1-for-1 training week thing. I already completed it. I'm not here, the event tab, which now there's 16 camos in here. They've already had like, what, 3 event camos in the game since the game launched, even though it's not even a month old at this, or no, 4 event camos, because Golden River as well. But anyway, here it is, soft target. You know, it's a pretty chill camo. It's similar to like the Brave Stripes one. You know, it's simple, it's not animated, but it's at least I don't think it's animated. Maybe is it moving? Am I going crazy? Anyway, yeah, it doesn't look to be animated, but you know, it still looks pretty cool. So like I said, similar to the Brave Stripes one, where it's not animated, but you know, it's still a pretty solid design. I think it looks nice. Anyway, yeah, back to grind. But anyway, as always, massive shout out, thank you to all the Patreons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and a big shout out, thank you to all of you in the mid baller tier. Mellow asking me, Daddy Man, and the biggest shout out, thanks to all of you in the G tier. Run Avengers, Cello, Cheese Code. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.